going on, because I certainly don't think you got your massage at 3 a.m. I don't get massages at 3 a.m. But that's just one portion of the problem. There are nannies and maids in multi-million-dollar homes throughout our city who are in domestic servitude. And again, maybe they are able to go to the park with the kids, but how do they look? Are they being mistreated? Is there physical signs of abuse of any kind? But also, how do they, are they interacting with other people? Do they really keep to themselves? Do they, what is their demeanor? Are they happy? Just asking some simple questions. How do you like your job? When is your holidays? When do you get vacation? Do you have access to your identity papers? Those kinds of things could be good questions to ask in any kind of industry. It could be in your restaurant when you go out to dinner. How are the people being treated at the restaurant? It could be at the nail salon that you go get your nails done. I'm always asking 1,000,001 questions when I'm getting my nails done. How long have you been here? How do you like our city? What's going on? How do you like your job? And I survey the place. Are there cameras all throughout the business? Where are the cameras pointing? What are they really looking at? How are the interactions between the manager or the boss versus the employees? So these are kinds of things that we can all look out for in our everyday lives. And there is a National Human Trafficking Resource Hotline number that everyone can call. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can remain anonymous and report this information. The number is 1-888-3737-888. Anyone out there in the community can report this information, and these tips are essential. They go to our law enforcement personnel, and they go investigate these cases. So that's the number one thing I would tell people.
The news of Houston, and whether it be human, drug, gun trafficking, is regretfully a long one. But most recently, human trafficking has begun to play a much more prevalent role and is being discussed more and more every day. It is, Mr. Trujillo and the mayor are laying out for the citizens of Houston and Harris County that we are seeing it, we just don't know. And so we have to be much more conscientious about how we go about our particular business. And the questions also should include things like, or be attentive to things like, I just got paid, but I got to pay my employer for, I got to repay my loan, I got to repay my debt. Those are other code words for how some individuals are being maintained in domestic slavery. But there is an enterprise to this, and that is what the Houston Police Department, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, and the Harris County Sheriff's Office are concerned about. There is an industry, because whether domestic or international slavery, somebody's making a buck off of this. And we want to get those individuals, we want to get those scalps, we want to put them in jail, we want to shut down those particular enterprises. And there is, it's going to take great courage because of how profound these types of operations can be. They can be in the far corners of the globe and tie in Houston, Harris County. So it requires incredible coordination and collaboration, but it requires the citizens of Harris County being aware, alert, curious, and carrying the message that Mr. Trujillo says, that when you're out there conducting your daily affairs, massage, nails, pedicure, whatever it may be, facial, hair, getting a cup of coffee, or meeting someone who is a nanny in the community, though we have to think about what we're seeing very differently, as well as the landscaping business. We have to think about these things differently.
You guys talked about not victimizing the victim again. What will happen to some of these people? If someone's, a native against their will here, and they don't have any family to return to in their home country, what's going to happen to them?
Sure. Well, we have a really well-rounded victim service provision here. Jeff Watkins is here representing the YMCA International. They are the main victim service provider here in the city of Houston. They've been working on providing victim services specifically to human trafficking victims since 2003. they have a holistic approach in terms of providing services. Foreign-born victims are allotted status in this country, a special kind of status to be able to stay here to help with investigations with the prosecutors and law enforcement so they can get justice for the crime that's been committed to them. And during that time, they also get rehabilitative services, they get job training, GED training, ESL, they get funding to provide medical treatment, mental health treatment to get over oftentimes post-traumatic stress disorder, all those kinds of things. The Catholic Charities is also here. They provide legal services if it is necessary to help with status, as well as any other criminal charges that might be brought against them during their servitude. So there's definitely a lot of services available. Also, victims who feel comfortable or who want to return home have the ability to return home, and we help that happen as well. So it's very well-rounded case management that is provided.
Will you please say your name and spell and tell us what organization you are?
Sure, I am Maria Trujillo, first name M-A-R-I-A, last name T as in Tom, R-U-J-I-L-L-O, and I'm the Executive Director of Houston Rescue and Restore Coalition.
Sheriff Garcia, questions in Spanish, please. Dijo que está entrenando o ha entrenado a los oficiales para tratar con este delito de trata de personas. ¿En qué forma se les ha entrenado a identificar el problema?
Hay una estrategia en que todos los policías, la policía de Houston también está llevando a cabo este esfuerzo en cual estamos ayudando a los oficiales a entender las claves en cuando ellos están arrestando a alguien por algún otro acto o según una persona quiere reportar algo, para entender lo que se está diciendo y cómo tomar esa información en los reportes y dónde esos reportes se deben de dirigir. Pero en todo, muchas veces vemos cosas que están sucediendo en la comunidad que por alguna razón se parece civil. No me quieren pagar. Por ejemplo, me están trabajando 80 horas a la semana sin pago extra. Las cosas se parecen asuntos civiles, pero puede ser un aspecto en cual está involucrado con el tráfico de seres humanos. Entonces, toda esa información se está llevando a cabo a todos los oficiales. En mi departamento no solamente son los policías que están recibiendo el entrenamiento, pero también los carceleros, porque cuando ellos están manteniendo los reos, puede ser que los reos nos están comunicando alguna información, o sea que nos están comunicando que ellos son víctimas del aspecto de esclavitud. Entonces, estamos trabajando en ese sentido y ese entrenamiento nos está ayudando a entender lo que está pasando en la comunidad.
Y la segunda pregunta va referente a las cantinas. Los hombres que entran a estos negocios tal vez se imaginan, pero no saben que son muchachitas que se trajeron a la fuerza o engañadas. ¿Qué le diría a esos hombres que acuden a esos lugares a solicitar prostitución?
Primeramente, que no vayan, y también que sean mucho más inteligentes de lo que se dejen prestar, porque cuando uno está pagando $10 por una cerveza, solamente para que una señorita se puede sentar contigo, eso debe ser una clave que algo ilegal está sucediendo. Si no es ilegal, a lo tanto no es ético. Entonces, el público, lo que está diciendo el alcalde Parker y lo que está diciendo la señorita Trujillo, es que tenemos que abrir los ojos a lo que está en nuestra comunidad y entender lo que estamos viendo y reportarlo. Cuando uno tiene que entrar a una cantina y solamente una señorita se puede sentar o bailar con uno, cuando se compra una cerveza a $10, $15, eso es clave que algo está sucediendo en esa cantina.
Sheriff, is there a possibility that you could walk us through the steps of the arrest process of a prostitute that you step up,